I've had chocolate stouts, I've had blueberry stouts, I've even had white stouts. I'm not sure what a surreal stout is gonna bring. Hi guys, it's Jim here with another episode of Beers of the British Isles. On today's show, we are drinking Dark Arts. This beer is brought to you by Huddersfield's finest, Magic Rock Brewing Co. We've covered beers by Magic Rock before, collabs and individuals. They are one of the best breweries out there in my opinion. Like I say, Huddersfield's finest, one of the country's finest, I think. Founded back in 2011, Huddersfield, West Yorkshire. I implore you all to go and visit Magic Rock. They fit a hell of a lot into a very small, cool, kind of compact site. When you go there, you would kind of have no idea that you are at the main brewing site of one of the major breweries in the country. Now something really interesting I found out about Magic Rock earlier was that they were founded, or I guess they started, in one of the outbuildings of a crystal importing company, which I guess was like a family business, a crystal importing company. I guess maybe that's why they're called Magic Rock, because crystals are like magic rocks. I don't know. Maybe that's well known, I don't know, I just kind of put that together. And if not, maybe they should adopt that as the reason. Now, one of the cool things about Magic Rock is that the branding is always on point. A few years ago, they went through a bit of a rehash. They used to have this kind of cool circus theme, and now they have this sort of other theme. And this beer is no different. If you check out the branding, it's very, very Magic Rock. You could have no idea what the can even says, who it's by. You could see it from across the room and know that it's Magic Rock. One of the things that I was kind of giggling to myself about earlier was this beer is, I guess it's at least 6 years old, I would imagine, maybe 5 or 6 years old. Dark Arts. There must have been brewers around the country going, oh man, I can't believe they stole that name, because you know nobody else can have a Dark Arts beer now, but it's such an obvious kind of stout name. Yeah, so this beer is completely on brand for Magic Rock. This can is particularly attractive to me because they even went for the black top. It's kind of a weird little addition, I guess, but I really appreciate it. Black and white's always kind of a bit of a cheap color scheme. It's always going to look cool, and I guess that's why this one is particularly attractive to me. So it looks good. Let's see if it tastes good. Okay, we're in the glass. No refrigeration necessary for this one. I like my stouts to be nice and not warm, room temperature. You know me by now. So I'd give it a bit of a heavy pour. The head on this is absolutely thick as anything. But like I said, I've given it a heavy pour because canning is a great way to transport liquid. Yeah, I'm pretty sure people think that. Cans are great. But you have to be carbonated to be in a can, and I don't really like my stouts to be too carbonated. So I give it a nice heavy pour just to get rid of the gas, and it also helps to build the head up. Now this drink is a surreal stout. It's 6%. Now I've had chocolate stouts, I've had blueberry stouts, I've even had white stouts. I'm not sure what a surreal stout is going to bring. So let's see, let's give it a little sniff here. Yeah, lovely. So no hop aroma whatsoever. They haven't even bothered with that one, which is great. No hop aroma. It's got that sort of, it's not burnt, it's not smoky. It's kind of like crystallized sugar almost on the nose. Yeah, now I love the description of this beer because it says it has 4 malts in it, there are 5 grains in it. I think I just kind of love that sort of accurate description of this. So the 4 malts are black malt, chocolate malt, golden promise, obviously it is Magic Rock, it wouldn't be a Magic Rock beer without golden promise, and brown malt, my favorite malt ever. So let's see if we can find all those in here. That's something, that is, it's a real stout in a can, and you don't often get those. Often you get a canned stout. This is a stout in a can. Lovely, lovely chocolatey flavour, obviously nice and dark. The black malt's giving it just a touch of astringency, so the black malt kind of just dances around at the back of your tongue. But like I said, it's got brown malt in it, which means that it has this delicious, smoky flavour that just really fills your mouth and then makes way for that chocolatiness to kind of barge through. But the smokiness really sticks with you. Brown malt's this kind of peculiar thing. It's almost an ancient malt. It was one of the first ones out there. Not only does it give you a nice dark colour, but like I said, it gives you that smoky taste because traditionally it was kind of kilned over a coal fire, and that's why you get this this smoky flavour. So that's the malt characters. The hopping in this is staying completely out of the way. The hops are Herkules, Herkules Magnum, and a third hop. But other than them bringing a lot of bitterness, those hops aren't really known for bringing any flavour anyway. So they've really chosen well here. Really nice, that super chocolatey and bitter, and not really much else, which is what I want. Right, so if I have to sum this up, you kind of have to give context with a stout. Everyone knows that stouts are kind of these dark drinks that kind of taste a bit chocolatey, a bit like coffee, a bit like licorice, but it's easy to lump them all together as stouts. So what you have to do is say that this stout is a bitter, kind of astringent, dark chocolatey stout. Okay, so you have to really parcel that out because, you know, some stouts, like I've covered on the videos, some stouts are really super sweet, some stouts are flavored. That's not this, okay? All the flavor in this stout is brought to you by those 4 malts, like I said earlier. The 5th grain that I mentioned earlier is oats. So I guess that doesn't really, I mean, oats haven't really got a chance at bringing any flavor to this party just because of the complexity of those other 4 that are in there. So that's what we're looking at here. It's a real astringent, bitter, dark chocolatey stout, but it does have all those things and they marry very well. Like I said, the real strength in this beer, I think, in my opinion, is that brown malt. All the other malts play their very specific parts. The brown malt ties it all together, I think. It's a little bit softer, it's that smokiness, but I think that smokiness allows those other flavors to kind of level and stack on top of each other. Like I said before, the hops are staying completely out of the way, which makes this a great stout. So, the brewery say that this is rich and satisfying with a lingering roasted bitterness, and that their stout will convert you to the dark side. Is that true? I think so. And so to give this a rating of 0 to stout, I think this is a real good 8. Because it has all those things. It's exactly what they said it is. Nothing more, nothing less. What I would say is if someone's not a stout drinker, probably don't give them this. Maybe give them a different stout, because this is a real This is a real stout lover's stout. I wonder how many times I've said stout. So guys, I really implore you to head on down to Tesco is where I got this. Grab yourself a Dark Arts and really dig in. In fact, the song I'm gonna suggest you listen to whilst you slip into the Dark Arts is One by Metallica. It's a real intense song. It's almost rhapsodic. It has very many layers, much like this drink. If you like this, if you like this stout, if you like this beer, if you like this, the way that this is going, head down to your local bottle shop and ask them for, like I said, a nice, bold, bitter stout that has a bit of booze behind it, but does have a lot of flavour, because that's what you get in here. Until then, guys, cheers.